So the breaks,
Yes.
just to clear the air. So
Briefly.
yeah. So making videos,
Storm.
4.5 years. We've had breaks in the past. I don't think we ever cleared it. Why? So the position that I'm in.
Yeah.
So whenever there's a storm, I work for the electricity industry, and whenever there's a storm, I have to travel. And in this case, we had nearly it was 750,000 people in Ireland without power.
There was a big ass storm.
The worst storm I've ever seen.
Work is continuing to restore power to homes and businesses following Storm Éowyn. 154,000 customers remain cut off from the electricity grid around the country. That's down from a peak of 768,000. The European Union is sending 17 power generators to Ireland.
So I was obviously away for a number of weeks and finally back. And even since the start of December. So since the start of December, we've had 3 storms in Ireland, all very... very painful.
Yeah.
Took
a
number
lot
of weeks.
Of damage.
A lot of damage.
Yes.
So look, that's why since the start of December.
So this is behind now.
So this is behind, and hopefully in the future everything is fixed now.
It will stay behind.
Yeah. So there's nothing can break now because everything's been broken.
Yeah. Hopefully stay that way.
So that's why I do take time off. However, from now on,
when you take them off, I take.
You have to take time off. So that's just the way it works, unfortunately. But look, for the foreseeable, I think we're okay.
Yeah, we should be okay for Arnold's. We should be okay. No more storms
for the rest of the Strongman season.
Yes,
I think we should be. It's literally only winter time when this kind of stuff happens.
It's getting worse actually every year.
Don't.
We don't get into that.
Yeah, we're not going to get into that. That's different YouTube.
Let's stick with Britain's Strongest Man.
Yeah. So Britain's Strongest Man, obviously, it's been a number of weeks ago. However, when we were watching the Stoltman Brothers, it's only been a couple of days since they put up their review of it, of how everything went. So
mention the Stoltman Brothers. Congrats to Luke
Stoltman. Again, like phenomenal shape. I would have thought coming in
chiseled.
He's like what Mark Felix is. Just the older he gets, the more chiseled he gets.
Yeah. He was in a very good shape.
Yeah, he was. So like Luke Stoltman, I know there was people were thinking how he was going to perform. Me being one of them. You were.
I was doubting a little bit.
I put
Luke Richardson above him.
Yeah, but other than that, like you were the only person. I think all of YouTube.
From what we understand, I think.
You're the only person on social media to put Luke Stoltman on the podium or even up near 1 and 2. And you did say that. You said like it could go either way.
It could go either way.
So like, congrats to Luke.
Yeah.
Like, it's obviously he's had a tough couple of months, but he seems to be really focused on training.
Very tough months.
Yeah. So, and it is like there's no point in saying it isn't. But he's obviously put his head down since Rogue Invitational when everything kind of kicked off, which is 2 months ago now. So like in 2 months he's after really like coming on leaps and bounds. So especially at that age, like near 40 years of age, it's very tough.
Yeah, he has that now physique that is very good for marketing, you know.
Even
I know
Eddie Hall said it.
Yeah, even Eddie Hall was impressed. I think Luke has a better abs than Eddie now, you know. So Eddie would be jealous of his abdominals. But other than that, Luke overcome all the controversy and he managed to get in shape and pretty much dominate the whole thing.
Easy, yeah. Now, like, there's a couple of events, obviously, as you go through it, like, he took his time on him, but he was never, like, you'd never say, like,
But he knew.
Yeah, he knew. And
He
just
knew
like you said
that
before.
he has to take with the deadlift his time because his deadlift is not the greatest, like, as in, like, in comparison to other guys, you know.
Yeah,
but
he needs to have that bit of rest.
Yeah, but he has that experience. He knows how his body works now. And even with all the stress that was on his shoulders, he managed to perform, like, really well.
Yeah, like, when it came to the medleys, obviously he was really fast in medley. He wasn't the fastest, but he was in, top 3, I think it was, when it came to the medley. I think he was second. He was second is why he wasn't in the medley. So it's very good. So, like, he knew he had to push there. With the log, obviously he did phenomenal, won the log. The stones, like, he came third in the stones. Like, he's done so many sets of stones at this stage. He knows, like, and even at that stage, he knew he didn't have to push himself that much.
No, he was kind of already a winner.
Yeah, so, like, 4 out of 5 events, he was in the top 3.
Yeah.
When it came to competing, like, so.
You can't argue with that. Like, he's deserving Britain's Strongest Man, you know?
And the title that he obviously didn't win before.
Shane Flowers, second place.
Yeah, Shane Flowers, phenomenal as well. Like, Shane, on a couple of events, same thing, finished in the top 3.
He said when he was competing in Magnus Magnuson Classic, he said he's going to focus on Britons, and he came in very good shape.
Yeah, deadlift, he came second in the deadlift after Adam Bishop, which is very impressive because Adam, as we know, when it comes to deadlifts, he's
so good. His form is so good. Like
it's like a piston going up.
Yeah. But unfortunately now with he had big triceps injury. That was a big setback, and now Achilles tendon as well. And you can see he is kind of back, but he's not. Is it the age? Is it like kind of like that's it? He can't reach that like top 3 shape anymore. I don't know. We'll see.
But again, he ruptured his Achilles at Worlds last year.
Yeah.
So it's not that long ago.
So unfortunate because he was in such a great shape in that competition. It seems like he was like almost in the best shape apart from the tricep issues.
Nearly too good a shape.
That's when usually injuries happen. When you like sort of like at the maximal of your potential. And then just your body says, right, I think that's it. You just draw that line and it's like, boom, you get an injury. Now you just go back a little bit.
Yeah, don't be too good.
Yeah, don't be too good, you know.
But like we've seen like with Adam, so like he came back. Now he had to pull out after the third event. So like before we even got into the log, he pulled out just before the log because he said himself afterwards on social media that his mentally wasn't there.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it took a lot of like at some of the events, like the sandbag.
But say what you want, he did pretty good in duck walk and the farmers.
Very, very
where
good.
Like with Achilles tendons, that's where you should think that he maybe wouldn't be the best.
That's
you know, afterwards, like so, maybe he was just I don't know, just
it could have been just mentally drained.
With it. Yeah. But as in like he was happy enough with his performance in that event, and hopefully nothing else happened. You know, during it.
That's what I was afraid of because, like I was saying, so I was working when this was going on. I saw he was kind of only managed when I got back to the hotel late in the evening. I managed to see like the rerun of it.
Yeah.
So other than that, like when I kind of was traveling home in the van, I was able to see like the results. And when I seen like Luke Richardson pulled out after the first event, Andy Black pulled out after the first event as well. But then Adam Bishop when he pulled out after the third event, straight away I thought like, what is going on with Luke and Adam? Like, you know what I mean? Two of them seemed to be in great shape coming into it.
Yeah.
And you just fear for injuries.
Yeah. If we stick with Adam Bishop, so his performance was like probably the best, but at the same time the most scary because like after that event he pulled out. Yeah. So you always presume that's the worst.
Especially
worst case scenario.
Like you're saying with the Achilles after a medley like that.
Yeah. So you presume like there's a tweak or something like that, but I don't think it's the case.
As like this is a couple of weeks ago now. So as of this time, like there hasn't been anything announced. Yeah. So you'd only hope that it was just something just a bit fatigued.
But if we're talking about Luke Richardson, that was like
very scary,
big surprise as well. It's scary surprise in a bad way.
Yeah,
you know,
because we mentioned like so the bags were 150 kilos each, 3 sandbags. They did the same event at Worlds last year, but the bags were 120 something kilos. And there was 3 bags as well, so there's 25 kilos per bag.
The Worlds is just the weather, like you know, when it's hot, the sun is at you, like it's tough. It can hit you differently.
People finished it, you know what I mean? At Worlds, and like maybe they thought, okay, it was too light that they wanted to try and make it a bit heavier, but like 150 kilo bags, you could see that the athletes were struggling. Like obviously got finished. But
heavyweight. Even that pickup of the ground, you know, you have to be really aware of your biceps. You know, you can't rush too much. And it seems like Luke Richardson was doing so well with the first 2 bags.
And then just
on the third one, I think he hit like just a big, massive wall. And it's just destroyed him, like I think. And he didn't want to like continue with the competition. Like
you were saying, like could have been lactic acid just built up and just hit
he was too fast. I don't know, hopefully he'll train the event, but it seems like he's miscalculated his ability to perform in this event. And it can happen. It happened to me before as well, like in the World's Strongest Man in 2012 we were carrying anvils and I was super fast in the first 2 ones, and the third one I kind of lost the balance and the anvil, I dropped the anvil, it landed on my leg, and I was like, and afterwards I was like, I was happy to finish it, but I was a bit like off.
Panicked,
I was like a bit, because when you drop, you kind of like, you know, you start gasping, and I think that might be the case with Luke Richardson, where he was, you know, started panicking. He's like, oh my God, I'm going to lose this event. That means I have to, straight away you're thinking about the future.
Yeah.
So you're losing points here, and you have big expectations coming in the competition.
Podium at the very
pretty much the winner, you know, based on his last year's performance. So he probably panicked and started picking up, lost again. So it's just all that stuff just accumulated probably.
But again, with Adam Bishop, like with Luke Richardson, so number of weeks afterwards now at this stage, there hasn't been anything announced as far as I'm aware. I haven't really seen much. So I'd hope there's no injuries. It's just kind of the shock of the first show.
I think it was just a shock,
yeah. So look,
nothing serious.
So we had Luke, obviously, first place, 52 points. Very good. like for someone that was well rounded in the whole show. Shane Flowers in second place, and then a big shock, I suppose, Andrew Flynn.
Yes.
Finishing on the podium.
Yeah.
Now, Andrew 42.5 points. Paddy Haynes 42 points in fourth.
That was a close one.
So Andrew Flynn, like obviously we've talked to him before. He's competed in UKs for a number of years. Obviously, I think it was England's strongest man. He got the call up last year. Did very well. I think he finished on the podium there as well. Obviously, coming to Britain's strongest man now, finishing on the podium. But like for a long time, it looked like Paddy Hayes with the amount of events that he finished top 3 that he was going to get onto the podium.
Like his problem is shoulder strength. From what I see, like he failed the lock, though he was, I think, very close of locking. Like one, the other one like went over his head, landed on his back. But other than that, like if he doesn't improve that, he always will have these
He's going to be
setbacks.
Mateusz part 2.
Yes, pretty much 2.0. You know, so and I don't know. It doesn't seem that he has that big upper body.
No, he's very.
So I don't know how he can improve that. Like
his grip is very good because we've seen before. Like he does like grip competitions, like sole grip competitions. He's very fast. He's very light. His deadlift is very good.
Deadlift is phenomenal.
So he's so well rounded. It literally just his Achilles heel is the overhead.
Yeah, and he's not a young buck anymore either. So he's not.
He's 27.
Is he?
27.
He's but
27 is not old.
Yeah, but like, look, dude, that's another video. We've seen some guys like at 22 years of age, like they're lifting more than 160.
Some guy at 19.
Oh, that was crazy. I don't know how legit is that video.
Look, again, that's actually a video.
That's another one. Yeah, but like when you're 27 and you can't lift 160 kilo log, it's like,
especially
how much matter? When you're a pro, and he's a pro.
Yeah.
Now you know how much, like. He can get maybe max 170, 180 at some point in his career. You know,
and if you have competitions where you have 150 logs for reps, 160 logs for reps,
you're gonna lose points every single time. So I don't know, unless he will really work hard on it. But like when you're 27 and you like can't do 160 log, it's kind of like it's gonna be very hard to improve from that point.
Yeah,
you know?
It must have been a pain though as well, because only losing by a half point to Andrew Flynn. Because you zeroed an event. Because he did so well. He won the stones. He did very well in the deadlift. Like he won the sandbag steeplechase. He just
Duck walk and farms. He was 4th, right?
Yeah. So he did very well in both, like all the events.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole competition. Yeah. Which we've seen Luke Stoltman as well did very well.
Yeah.
Literally just a zero
on the log. Yeah.
Now Andrew did very well as well. Very consistent throughout the events for a guy that like it's a big jump up in the last year. And now he's after getting his place in the Worlds. So
he's probably delighted. That's a massive achievement for him, because a couple of years ago he wasn't nowhere near that level, and now he's in it. There was always talks that he will be in the next big kind of thing, but in these couple of years he was never able to even perform in UK Strongest Man that well. Every time when we went there, like they would say, oh, he's the guy to win, he's the guy to watch out, but he was never able to achieve that level. But now he's kind of, I think he's there. Like
he has his place in Europe now as well. He's after performing them, so he'll be there. Luke Stoltman is going to Europe Strongest Man now as well, so the next Giant Slice show to be looking out for. But like,
that's gonna be a big one. The lineup will be very good, apart from one guy.
Okay. Honk.
Apart from one guy.
Yeah, but Europe's look, the lineup is very good. If
Mateusz,
you have 3 Ukrainians: Alexei, Pavlo Nakonechny, and Pavlo Kordiaka.
It's going to be interesting to see Nakonechny compete.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that, but it's very interesting because after all these setbacks, again, like massive setbacks, surgeries, car crashes, all this stuff. Like, I want to see how he can bounce back.
That's like, that's probably one of the most anticipated Giant Slice shows, I think.
100%.
But as the Britain's Strongest Man went, like I was saying, I didn't get to watch it live. I got to watch it afterwards. I was very impressed.
Yeah.
Especially with Luke Stoltman. So even if for Worlds now, if he keeps up with this, it goes to Europes and goes to Worlds.
It's going to be interesting to see as well. Will he try to stay at that low body weight, or will he try to go up like he used to, like be like, I think 170, 175 probably kilos? I don't know. Do you still need to be there? Because if he's not going to Arnold Classic, and Arnold Classic is kind of considered a bit to be the heaviest competition, so maybe he's just going to focus on these
more athletic.
Giants Live usually it's not that heavy. It's more like
movements.
Movement. So maybe he will stay at that body weight. Especially like I said before, it's good for marketing. It's good for the brand. As such, can be in the shredded.
So when you actually go down the list, so like what you were saying, like Luke first, we have Shane Flower second, Andrew third, Paddy Haynes with half point in fourth, Ben Glasscock then. So I think he was one of the later guys to actually get called up to the lineup. He did very well in fifth. And then like Gavin Bilton, a guy who was on Britain's Strongest Man podium last year.
Yeah. With Gavin, it's like I think his consistency is kind of like on and off.
Yeah, he's had a lot of like health issues. Like when it comes to the shows, he out 206 kilos. He went down to like 170. He looks like he's after putting a bit more back on.
Big again.
Yeah, so it's hard. It like he seemed to perform better when he was at 170. That's why you would have thought anyway personally, but
it's just better. Like I think like being big only these recent years now, just working for Thor.
That's
everyone else is like trying to be like Midge Hooper, like
135 or worse.
140, one between something like that. I know it depends on the height, but like when it comes to Thor, if he wants to pull that 501, and he most likely he will
210, 250.
He will be 205 probably again. And I think the rest of the kind of strongmen, based on Novikov as well, like winning world tour. Yeah, they kind of like downsizing a little bit, which is probably healthier than to be like Thor, who's like ginormous.
Yeah. After Gavin Bilton, then we had Sean Gillen, so he won the Giants Live Ireland's Strongest Man. Obviously, get the place of Britain's tied on points with Rory O'Hagan, and he obviously went through on countbacks. Sean is a bigger guy. Now I can't remember what height he is, but like. He's very statically strong. So when it came to the moving events, it kind of was a hindrance for him. But look, obviously, when you have a lineup that the guys were competing so well, it's hard to get up in the placings. Yeah. After that, then Adam Bishop we talked about. Yeah, then have the likes of Matt Diamond, Chris Beetham. They were also in UKs. So like they obviously didn't do as well as Andrew. Now I know they always competed for the last number of years.
Yeah, they were kind of at the same level. But Andrew, it seems like he managed to get ahead of these guys,
And then you have Luke Richardson obviously pulled out, and then Andy Black after their first event.
I don't know what's the story.
Finished last in the first event and then pulled out. So look, I'm not sure what way it works, but when you see like the actual lineup itself, the guys did very well for the events that were there. So I thought it was a very enjoyable show, me personally. But I'd love to know in the comment section down below what you think. I think for the very first show of the year, it was a great stepping stone.
It was good.
Look, like always, if you made it this far in the video, make sure to press the like button. Like I was saying, comment. I'd love to see what the comments of the show were down below, how you really felt about it. Like I was saying, thought it was really good. So now when the next Giants Live show, when it comes to your Strongest Man, very highly anticipated. Even if you wanted to let us know in the comment section down below what you think of that show. Obviously we have Arnold's before that, but so much Strongman coming up. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and if you are subscribed, please press the bell icon. It'll keep you up to date with everything that's Lalas Brothers, and we'll see you in a future video.
See you later, guys.